Hi everyone, Great Power 60 here. Welcome to Tea with Me Tuesday. I hope you grabbed your beverage, whatever it may be. Oh, great cup of tea. I'm using my hummingbird cup again this week. Well, I hope everyone had a great week. This weekend was our Canadian Thanksgiving, and today is Monday. Tonight is Monday, so tomorrow this will be going up. And we had Thanksgiving dinner at my daughter's, and it was really nice. I've been feeling a little under the weather, feeling a little under the weather this week. Just the last couple of days, I think I might have caught a bug from one of my grandsons. They've all had their turn at having the flu or being sick. And when I was over at my daughter was away for the weekend, well, until Saturday night, and I went and brought my grandson to his boxing lessons on Saturday. Really, really interesting. But as it turned out, the littlest grandson was sick, and he was throwing up the night before, and then he was throwing up the next night, and poor baby. And I think I might have caught a bit of his virus or bug, whatever it was, because by Sunday I was feeling a little off, and then by this morning I was really definitely, with the headache and the kind of feverish, things like that. So I wasn't going to do my Tea with Me Tuesday, but you know what? I thought I could take a few minutes to at least chat with you and say hi and ask your forgiveness for the crazy video last week about the election thing. I don't like to, well, I shouldn't go into politics, religion, whatever. I tend to talk about everything, don't I? Just to bring you up to date and what crazy things go through my head and some of the stuff is unbelievable. And many years ago, I was just watching a movie on TCM, Turner Classic Movies, my favorite channel. I don't watch a lot of TV, so tonight Mom and I came home and we decided to relax, and as I said, I wasn't feeling great, so I kind of spread out on the couch here and laid down and watched a few movies with Mom. And I had videotaped a bunch of those love type movies that are on the W Network. They had the spring, I can't remember if they had summer ones, but they have the fall romances, and they're going to be coming up with 30 new Christmas romance movies. And to me, that's like fluff. It's like in the old days, I'd read. I love reading good novels. I used to love reading a lot. The latest one, I knew all of the authors who were up for the Booker Prize, which is a Canadian author's prestigious award for the best novel. And I knew all of that stuff. And I've just gotten away from reading, and especially in the last 4 years, I think, with Mom, I've only read one book since Mom come to live with me, and maybe I should be doing more of that, if I'm sitting here reading a book with Mom. But busy as I am, getting ready for, excuse me, I've got a tickle in my throat, getting ready for the craft fair, getting my things ready. I brought a few samples over to my daughter's. Anyway, getting back to the book. Many years ago, I was a young teenager. I read the book called The Good Earth. And I got in all of Pearl S. Pearl S. Buck, her books. She grew up with missionary parents in China, so a lot of the books that she wrote were about living in China, about the Chinese, about the peasantry, and blah blah blah. So that was my very first absolute novel that I remembered so well and loved it. I couldn't get enough of her books. So tonight on Turner Classic Movies was The Good Earth. And I mean, it's not the same as the book. The book is so much better. But the movie does a pretty good job, I think. And, you know, there's always a lesson to be learned in some of these older movies. The lesson, I think, I don't know how many of you know the story. I don't know how many of you have read the book, and I don't know how many of you have seen the movie. But the underlying story is about the farmer. It's about a person who starts in one place and builds his life. And then through other influences, peer pressure, family, and so on and so forth, as he became more and more wealthy, the whole idea of the big house and having a big, you know, being a lord, a landlord, but being a lord of land and so on, and the house of whoever that person may be, was quite prestigious, and taking a second wife, etc., etc., etc. And this man, you know, who started off in the beginnings as a humble, who loved the earth, who loved to grow things, went into this new life with all of these riches and all of these extra things that are expected or thrown upon you. He was not really happy. He was not happy. And when he lost, or almost lost, everything from the locusts coming, and his son, who had gone to university to earn a degree in agriculture and learn new things and how to fight different things and so on, between him and all of their friends and all of their neighbors and, I guess, slaves, I don't know, relatives. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I knew I was going to do that. Oh. They all came to help him save his farm. And he sold the big house because he knew that his heart was in that place. He knew that his heart was in working the land because he missed it. You know, he wasn't used to wearing silks and being pompous and you know, going into cafes and sitting down having coffee with, you know, the merchants and so on, when he could be working the farm because that was his heart. And it's a good lesson, you know, for all of us. You know, we start in a place and we get to a place. And when something is thrust upon us to go further and go further, whether it be society or family or, you know, whatever, but our heart's not in it, you know, that lesson is really, really important for all of us to be, I think, even at our age, you know, to be satisfied with what we have and be happy that we have it. And more than that, I think, to follow our heart. And I think when, you know, we go through our life and in our, you know, at our age, we've gone through those different things, the highs, the lows, the whatever, that it made me think about my life a little bit. And it made me think about where I started, where my heart was, what I really, really enjoyed in my life. And life got busy. And those things that brought me joy like reading and writing, and that in tune with myself, with my heart, with what was important to me, was kind of being flittered away. You know, to have a nicer house, to have nicer furniture, to decorate it, to be glamorous, to have bling, to have, you know, to have nicer clothes, to do. There was always that push. Do you remember the old days? It was keeping up with the Joneses. You know, that was an old phrase in the 50s and 60s. I think especially in the 50s. Maybe sooner, I don't know. But keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with everybody else. Somebody gets a new car, we need a new car. Someone got, you know, a brand new dining room set, we needed a brand new dining room set. Someone got the biggest new TV, well, everybody wanted that big new TV, you know. And it's been so materialized, and so that we end up, when we can't do it or can't get it or don't have it, makes us feel bad. And we shouldn't feel bad. We should be happy for what we have. And I mean, I look around my living room, I have things that I've had since just after my divorce. I have things that are not perfect. I think, excuse me, my cat. No, 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 get down. Get down. There. She wanted the other cat's food, treats, and she's not allowed up there because her nails scratch the leather. Anyway, so, and it got me thinking, even when I first started crafting, you know, everybody had all of these machines. They had all of this, they had that. And I slowly built up a few things. I still don't have a cricket. I always want to call it a cricket. A cricket. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm thinking, okay, so I'm going to get it. Am I going to use it? And what am I going to use it for? And is that really creating for me? Is that really what my passion for creating is? Do I really want the machine to do it for me? I mean, I know it's beautiful. I know it's fun. I know I could create all kinds of stuff. But I think it's kind of like, sorry guys, but I think it's kind of like paint by numbers. You're a painter and you freehand paint and you paint beautiful, but you want that perfect painting. So instead of doing it yourself, even if it's wrong, even if it's not quite perfect, so you buy a paint by numbers so you can have the exact lines, so you can have that exact repeat picture, you know? Is that art? I mean, is that what you want? Is that what you really want, you know? And I was thinking of all the stuff that I have and all the things, and I always go back to the same kind of creative things that I want to create. And that is create something out of something else, you know. Take this. You know, this was my mom's. I don't know where they got it. They had it in their house. But I would take it apart and create something else with it. To me, that's my heart's desire. You know, that would be something that I would like to do. Now, that might not be the glamorous, it might not have bling and flash and all kinds of sparkly things on it. It may be, I don't know, it may be a picture of it might be a wooden bear that I've carved. I mean, you know, I'm being really silly, but I guess what I'm saying is that you like to create things, you like to have things, but do you really want that thing? Do you really? And I really thought about it a lot, and I thought about what I like creating. You know, I guess what I'm trying to say is there's forces out there, advertising, TV, YouTube, that make us want to be something we're not. And it came to me after watching that, something my grandson and my grandson is so proud of the fact that I have 1,890 subscribers. I mean, I'm shocked personally, and believe me, I thank you very, very much. But that's not why I started YouTube. It wasn't in my heart. It was just a creative outlet. It was just something that I wanted to do. And I'm happy being where I am. And I've tried creating things, buying the necessities that I needed to create something that it wasn't in my heart, because I had seen someone on YouTube create it and they're good at it. As an example, shabby chic stuff. I am so bad at it. And I tried it and I tried. I don't have the eye. I don't have the flair. It's not in my heart. Do you know what I mean? And so why do I want to go out and buy a machine? Hush now. Shh, come here. You behave. You behave. You behave. The young cat is bugging me. I just finished petting you. She wants to come up here and the table's in the way. She's a little bit chubby and has trouble jumping up. What? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Come on, little chubby. Here she is. It's my little furry black cat. She had to get in the picture. I don't know where I was going with this, except that, sometimes, I watched that and, like I said, I was talking to my grandson before I got interrupted by the cat. And, he was so proud that I have that. Yes, baby. So proud that I had that many. And I said to him, it's not important to me, because I didn't need how can I put it? I don't need to have 10,000 subscribers in order to do my channel, or to have fun with my channel, or to enjoy the new things that I'm learning, the new crafts, the new things that I learn all the time, and watching and I don't just watch crafting, I watch all kinds of things on there. But I'm happy with what I have, and I look around at some of the memories of some of these things, and I like that. And I'm quite content not having a glamorous house. Sorry, I have the door open because it was so hot in here. My little girl's sitting here. She doesn't usually sit beside me. I'm afraid I've been a little standoffish with her because the other cat's been not well, and I've been kind of, well, he's my baby. Anyway, right, little girl? Hey. You missed me brushing and petting you. Anyway, I know I was babbling on about stuff, but it was just, the pressures to do more, to get more, to have more, really can be irritating. It really can be irritating. And most of the time, when you get that thing that you really, really wanted, are you going to use it? And if you're going to use it, are you really feeling comfortable, happy with it? Are you happy with what you're creating? Are you happy with what you're doing? Because for the longest time, when I first started crafting and I didn't have this tool and didn't have that tool and didn't have this tool, I kind of felt left out. I kind of felt like I wasn't getting anywhere. And then I started picking up a few things. I picked up a laminator. I've used it once. I mean, it wasn't a lot of money, mind you, not like buying one of those Cricuts or whatever it's called. that's, between $200 and $400, depending on what model you get. It was only about $30. But that's not the point. The point is I thought I really needed it. And I needed it for one little project. And I could have just used self-laminating paper sheets that you get at the dollar store. Would have done the same thing. Well, it wouldn't have done the same thing for this one project. Or it might have. It might have done the same thing for my project for my dies. So anyway, I just realized that there's only certain things that I really like to create, and there's only certain things that I really want to do. So why do I want more? And now I've decided to downsize a lot of things because I bought so many things for the purpose of this and this and this and my craft fair, and I'm thinking, I don't want to sell those at my craft fair. Sure, I'll make a couple of dollars, I suppose, but for the amount of work, it's not worth it. So why do I want to do all of this stuff? And I realized that my heart wasn't in it. And if your heart's not in it, why are you doing it? Get back to basics. And I think that I am going to slowly get rid of a lot of the craft stuff that I have and donate it to, one of the schools. And maybe they could use it for, an art class or something, or a creative class. And why not? Why not do that? And that's what I've decided to do. I am really going to clear out a lot of things. I just saw so many people doing so many things that I thought that would be great and that I would love to do that. But I have found that some of the paper products that I am creating for my craft fair, I'm quite happy with that. My little benches that I have made with the little gnomes on it, that to me is being creative, and that is, a few things that I'm going to sell at my craft fair. And my Christmas, cloche or dome or whatever you want to call it, I've made a couple of those, and I really like them, and I think they're fun, and I'm going to try and sell those. But I have a box downstairs of candles that I have made out of wine glasses. I never brought to the fair last year, and I didn't sell anything. And they're sitting in the storage room downstairs. For what purpose? I could give them away. I could donate them to, a nursing home or something. I could do all kinds of things with it. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that I want to get back to basics. And I want to do what's in my heart. And I want to do things that I enjoy. I mean, I enjoy the new craft stuff, and I enjoy watching people create things, but it's not necessarily my thing, Card making was fun. I think I'm pretty good at it sometimes, but it's not my heart's desire to do that. It's not my heart's desire to create a whole bunch of them and try and sell them. It's really not in my heart, so I am not going to do that. I have made a few things that I absolutely love, and if I don't sell them, I'll donate them, because I think that it's time for me to tone down the things that I have and focus back to what is my heart's desire. What is your heart's desire? What do you really love to do that you haven't done in a long, long time? Maybe something that you always wanted to do throughout your young adulthood, and now that we're older, think you're too old to do it, or you don't feel it's maybe too expensive to do, or maybe whatever it is. Let me know in the comments below what's your heart's desire. what do you feel your roots are for doing things? Whether it's doing hair, doing nails, teaching, reading, writing, artwork, painting, whatever your heart's desire. I'd be curious to find out. Anyway, guys, my tea has gotten cold. My cat is sitting beside me here, being a spoiled little girl, as she is. I've had a pretty long day, and I want to thank you for joining me. I want to thank you for sitting through my long videos, and I really appreciate you stopping by. And this all started, I didn't know what I was going to talk about today. I had no idea. I wasn't feeling well, and now that I have the fresh air coming in with the door open, and it's cold air, which I'm loving, because Mom had the heat on earlier, and I was flushed. I was, feeling, fluish, I guess. And we watched a couple of movies, and then I watched The Good Earth, and it brought back such memories for me. And it brought back some of the contented feelings that I used to have, and that I need to get back. I need to get back that contented feeling, not the pressures, not, I'm retired, I'm an older lady. Time for me to relax. I have my mom. That's a big job. That's a big job. And God bless her, she's doing pretty good. She's doing pretty good. We've got a doctor's appointment, I think, next week, if I'm not mistaken, next week. And hopefully we'll find out why she had lost so much weight and so on. But anyway, I'm going off topic again. I want to thank you so much for stopping by again today. And I hope you like the videos. I hope you give me a thumbs up. And subscribe if you haven't. And I hope to see you again next week on another Tea with Me Tuesday. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.